LeetCode problem number 312, burst balloons. So this problem gives us n balloons indexed from 0 to n minus 1, which if each balloon painted with a number on it, which represented by array nums. So we are expected to burst all the balloons. After we burst the balloon, we will need to calculate the score using this formula here. And if the left or right balloons are out of bounds, we would treat it as only a score of 1. The goal is to return the maximum coins we can collect by bursting the balloons wisely. So the approach I'm using to solve this problem is by using dynamic programming. So let's use the example 315. Right. In this case, size would be 3 plus 2, which is 5. Here I have a vector called dp. This will store the maximum coins, right? How we calculate it. So there will be 5 zeros with 5 arrays, right? So size, we have vector size. Next, I have the extension, another vector with 5 ones. So this for loop is used to get the base case. So while I is 1 less than num size plus I, extension I, this equals to I minus 1, which is 3, 1, and 5. So extension looks like this. Now we have the for loop, then is 2 as long as it's less than size, which is 5. Start equals to 0, lesser than the size minus length. So in this case, it will be 5 minus 2. We calculate the n. Actually, let me use the example of it. So 2 plus 2, 4. Yep. It'll be a bit shorter lah. This is moved. So it will be 1, 5. Yep. So length is 2 lesser than size of 4. Right. So start at 0. Iterate incrementing as long as it's lesser or equals to size minus the length, which is 2. Then we calculate the n index, which is start plus length minus 1. This will give us 1. We also have the split index. If is start plus 1, in this case is 1. Since the split is equals to n, this for loop will not run yet. Alright, so when that happens, this for loop will increment, start will increment to 1. This is 2. Right, so to 1. Calculate n, start plus length minus 1. 3 minus 1 is 2. So for this for loop, it will run, right? Because for split, 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus 1 is 2, yes. N is start 1 plus 2, 3. Okay, so it will still not run because split is still lesser than n. So start will increment. N will be start plus len minus 1. This will give us 3. Split is start plus 1, which is 3. Again, it won't run. Okay, next. Well, since it won't run here, probably could optimize here a bit. But it's okay, let's keep going. start can't increment anymore because 4 minus 2 is 2 and we reach 2. So what happens instead is the len will increment to 3, starts back at 0 while it's lesser than 4 minus 3. So the n would be starting plus len minus 1. So here we have another for loop for the split. So the split off is at plus 1. So in this case, since 1 is lesser than the n, the split index is lesser than 2. So we calculate the score of where we are splitting. So in this case, it would be extension start, so start again is 0, so this is 1, times the split off, split is 1 over here, times the n, right, the n is 2, 0, 1, 2, 5. This will give us 5, right. So here we put in the score, dp start 0, n 2, 0, 1, 2 is 5. Okay, once that is done, this for loop split will try to increment first, so 2, but again it's equals to n now, so this won't work. So I get instead this entire for loop will increment, this start will increment to now 1. Calculate n, which is 1 plus 3 minus 1 is 2 is 3. Calculate the split, start plus 1. So since this is inside of the n, since the split off point is inside of the n index, calculate the score again. Score in this case is start, this is 1, times, oh sorry, before that, it should be the maximum. I guess it didn't matter just now because dp was empty, but let's do it properly. So dp start 1, 0, 1, and oh sorry, 0, 1 is here. So the n would be 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. This is 0, so the maximum of 0. And the split, so start 1, 0, 1. Okay, everything here is 0, so I'm just gonna put 0 here. 0 plus the n, so the split is 2, 0, 1, 2. Again, everything is empty, so 0 plus the score. So the score would be the starting index, start 1, 0, 1. This is 1 times split. So split is 2, 0, 1, 2. 1 times 5 times the n. In this case, n is 3, 0, 1, 2, 3 is another 1. So this will give us another 5. The maximum of 0 and 5 obviously is 5. So we are putting it inside dp start n. So start again is 1. And the n is 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. Alright, once that is done, this for loop will increment, split become 3 equals to n now. So this for loop will increment to 2. Now since 2 is bigger than 1, so this for loop will increment instead. So len will increment to 4. Starts back at 0 as long as it's lesser than the size, minus len, which is 0. Calculate the n, which is start plus len minus 1. This is 3, so the n index will be here. Right, start plus 1, start plus len, 4 minus 1 is 3. Then we do it for the split as well. Start plus 1. As long as it is in between start and end. So we run this for loop to calculate the score. The score is 1 times the split, which is also 1, times the end, 0, 1, 2, 3, right, 0, 1, 2, 3 is 1, so this is 1. So dp start end, so start again, 0, end is 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. This will give us, let me do it like this instead. The maximum of 0, right? Start is 0, end is 3, 0, 1, 2, 3 is 0. With the split, start split is 1, 0, 1, 0 plus the end. So split over here 1, 0, 1, and the end is here. Right, so this is 5 plus the score, which is 1. Right, split 0, 1 plus, and then the end 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this will give us 6. dp 0, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3 will give us 6. Okay, for loop increments, split will increment to 2. We calculate the score again since the split off is in between end and start. Score is extension start 0, 1 times the split 0, 1, 2, 5 times the end, which is also 1. This will give us 5. So dp start end, start in this case is 0, 3. The maximum of, now start end now has a value here, so 6 with start split. So start split 0, oops, 0, 1, 2, so 5 plus, right, this 5 plus split end, split is 2, nothing here, so 0 plus the score, which we have as 10, as 5, the maximum of which is 10. So the maximum between 6 and 10 is obviously 10. So that's what we're going to update here. For loop will increment split again, but split is not equal to n, so this for loop will end. This for loop will increment start, but start is at the end already, right? 0 is equal to 0. If it increments, 1 is not bigger than 0. For this for loop, the length, if it increments, it will be more than the size. So we are done with the 3 for loops. And when we return dp0, right? So 0, and the size minus 1, which is 4 minus 1 is 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, which will give us 10, right? So basically what we have calculated is that the maximum number of coins we can get from 1 and 5 is 10, right? Which can also prove, right? So if we were to pop this, it will be 1 times 1 times 5. This will plus, and now since it becomes like this, right? So it'll be 1 times 5 times 1. So this will give 5, 5, right? Which you see here 5, 5, and the total of which is 10. Okay, so this problem is a bit tricky. It took me quite a bit to understand as well. Nonetheless, that's all I have to show. Thanks.